Hi everybody, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Thursday the 11th of July 2019. It's such a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm using the beautiful Tarot of the Water for today's reading. It's a 78 card deck and it's a collaborative kind of collective masterpiece because each card is made by a different artist. They always claim copyright on these videos, so I don't make the $1 that I usually make, but that's okay because I absolutely love the cards and I have a feeling that they want to speak to us today. They want to tell us what the message is and what's going to happen. And I go with my gut when I get messages like that. Erin gifted me this deck, and Erin is my assistant. She's the best. I love Erin. And she wasn't really very into the tarot or astrology or anything like that before she started working with me. And she sent me this as a gift along with some other decks, and she ended up sending me the most interesting decks. It's so interesting. So we've got Jack Sparrow, Johnny Depp there, King of Pentacles. We've got super cute Nine of Wands, and we have the Page of Pentacles. Love. Love, love, love. So Jack Sparrow, we've got a pirate here, Knight of Pentacles, I'm sorry. The Knight of Pentacles makes more sense for the Knight of Pentacles to be a pirate because he is still managing to find a balance between having a stable, successful, rich life and living in a way that doesn't constantly put him in danger. You know, being a pirate is a high-risk profession. So he's handsome, he's got his little beard there, and his outfit going on. And oh, look at the chest and the necklace. Nice. But you don't really want to be a pirate, do you? You're always being shot at. People are always saying, this is my treasure, not yours. Please don't steal it from me. And they put up a fight. And you constantly have to bulldoze other people out of their hard-earned cash and belongings, and it's just not right. If you steal from other people, people will steal from you. So we all do that. If you suck up someone's time, like, it's interesting, in the 12-step programs, we have sponsors. So if you have a sponsor, that's someone you can talk to about your personal problems. If you feel like you're about to relapse and you're in a really bad place, then you call your sponsor and you're like, oh, I'm just really struggling. And you talk to them and they're there for you free of charge. And they give so much of their time. It's part of their 12-step to help other people recover. But I always think about it, it's like, wow, I'm taking all of this time from this person. And it's kind of like stealing their time in a way. What do they get out of it? So think of that, like when you have a friend and you're constantly on the phone saying, oh, my husband is such a nightmare and my foot hurts and I'm ill and I'm so depressed at the moment and life is just going terribly. You know, that's all very well, and it's great that you have someone to vent to. I really think that communicating your tough times is really, really important. But be aware that you are taking something from the other person, which is their time, and it creates an imbalance. So by using that, make sure you give something back and that you listen to other people as well. That you're there for others and that you take care of them and that you nurture them. So you create that balance back, because every action has an effect. And if you're taking, then things will be taken from you. If you're giving, then things will be given to you. The Knight of Pentacles is just kind of learning that you can't live like this. You've got to find a way of making your own money if you want to be secure and settled, and especially if you don't want to look over your shoulder all the time. Pirates can't relax. You never see a pirate sleeping. They sleep with one eye open. The Nine of Wands is really having the worst behind you and having mastered the things that have stood in your way. We've got the nine wands here in the background, and she's mastered this. Her hair is becoming this tentacle, and her leg is got this fish tattoo. She has mastered overcoming her obstacles by adapting her own behavior to match the nature of the obstacle, so that she can work her way through it and work with the obstacle so that she can find a doorway through, instead of completely distancing herself from it. So rather than just saying, this is unacceptable, I've got nothing to do with it, you actually embrace your problems, you embrace what's going on. Let's say you are struggling for housing, and you say, this is absolutely unacceptable. I deserve a house. You know, of course I'm going to be sorted by the council. They're going to give me somewhere to live. If you take that attitude, it may be difficult for you to actually get a house. But if you say, do you know what, I'm going to humble myself a little bit and realize that it's actually a gift that I live in this first world country where people like myself who've fallen on hard times are supported by the system. And if I don't have a house to live in, then the council reaches out and supports me and organizes something so that I can live somewhere. So the Nine of Wands means that you're able to find your life purpose by fighting your way through obstacles. And sometimes that's interesting, because sometimes when you're busy dealing with obstacles and when you're working your way through things, like the Knight of Pentacles, same thing. Through his pirating and through the constant fighting, like the Nine of Wands, through the constant kind of trying to push forward and finding a place to just be at peace and have some rest, you find ideas pop up while you're involved in all this conflict. And through the conflict, you find the opposite of, this is how I can achieve peace. And when you listen to those insights, that's when you're actually able to take that step to raise your vibration even further and to leave all of this mess behind and to get to a place of rest and security. Finally, we've got the Page of Pentacles, and the Page of Pentacles is even less experienced than the Knight of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is an eagle who has taken this pentacle for himself, but now he's jumped into the water. He's got entangled in this net in which fish are trapped, and he's now really putting himself in danger because of greed. He saw this shiny little thing, like magpies. When they see a shiny little thing, they pick it up and they put it in their nest. He took that. He saw it glistening at the bottom of the ocean. He dove down into the water, but now he's in trouble because he might get caught in this net, and his desire to get this pentacle may mean that he never reaches the surface again. So it's think before you act. When you do act, are you acting in a way that's fair? Are you just taking from other people, or are you giving as well? And what's the way through this? What's the way out? That's what this day is going to present to you. A way out of your situation where you're constantly having to hustle and fight for your, not for your right to party, but for your right to be secure and to live a life where you're living your passion and you're doing something that's exciting, but where the financial world actually supports you, works with you, and gives you a place of comfort and security and space. The more you put that on a pedestal, the more difficult it becomes to achieve. And that applies to anything on planet Earth. The more you put something on a pedestal and the more you kind of worship in a way, love, this unattainable, glorious, bright, shining star in the sky, or a beautiful home, this unattainable, beautiful thing, or abundance, financial independence. Wow, you know, some people have that. The expressions people use is, look at how the other half live, because we will never achieve that thing. When you put things on pedestals like that, you mentally separate yourself from them and you put them out of your own reach. When you bring them down and realize that you have a right to have a roof over your head. You know, the universe takes care of little birds that they can create their own homes. As human beings, you're going to be taken care of and you're going to have somewhere to live. So don't take it for granted, but realize that you have a right to live somewhere, that you have a right to have money, that you have a right to love and to be loved. That's part of your human rights, that these good things in life don't just apply to other people who are special and who are beautiful or gifted by the universe. Every human being, every one of us has a right to have a home and to have enough to get by and to pay bills and to have a little bit extra and to overcome obstacles and not to be alone all the time. To find someone who shares our interests and someone who's adapted to their circumstances as well, and someone who we have things in common with. So you're in your own little world here today, and you're working on your own little world, and through that, you're discovering a better way forward. The Nine of Wands is always overcoming the worst of it, the most difficult part of it, and coming out the other side. Yes, you're a little bit tired and you've had to make concessions, but you come out the other side of it better, with more ideas and clarity and better vision of what the world is about and how you can achieve your goals, rather than just diving into things without any clue or idea, or by taking from other people and not giving something back. So you realize that there is a law of the universe at work here today, and you can push your way through that and get to a place of balance and peace. So this is a great day to discover what your life purpose is, if you don't know what it is already, what your vocational aptitudes are, if you don't know what those are already, like what you're good at work-wise, what you're meant to be doing, where you're meant to be living, what is destined for you in love and romance and finances and traveling and moving, and whether you need to envy other people or not. I mean, that's a no-brainer anyway. Don't compare yourself with other people ever. You're on your own journey. You never need to be envious of anybody. You've got in your life what you're manifesting, and you can have anything that you want in the world. You just need to see yourself as someone who can have those things, and you don't put those things that you desire on a pedestal, and you bring them down on your level, and you'll be able to engage with those things like anybody does, but don't separate yourself from them and say things like, oh, this is how the other half live, or this is something that only certain people will experience, and we're not like that. You know, like when you position yourself in a versus position, then immediately you're building a wall between you and that energy, and it completely puts you off trying to even get through the wall. So today is a day of being able to get through your own limiting beliefs to expand your view and your understanding of the world, and to change your circumstances, your physical, financial circumstances, as a result of your deeper, greater, more profound understanding of what your role is in the world and what you can achieve. If you want some help with all of this, then please get in touch with me for a personal reading. Get in touch via gregoryscott.com. Click on the Readings tab to order your reading. In my personal readings, I use the tarot, I use astrology and numerology. And by using all three divination systems, I really have access to all the information about you. I have a blueprint of your soul. I can see what you're meant to do work-wise. I can see what your life purpose is. I can see what you're trying to achieve in this incarnation, where the best place is to live, what is destined for you financially and in love, and where the ego tries to sabotage you, and reading between the lines. Why is the ego sabotaging you? Because there's something wonderful and amazing on the other side of that. So we can look at all of that and see where karma that you built up in your past lifetimes blesses you in this lifetime, because there are areas for each one of us where we are blessed, and each one of us has been given a gift, a talent, a skill that we can use to be independent and to thrive independently on this planet. And it's about discovering that. And then you never need to feel like there isn't enough or you need to take from others. And that's learning about yourself and your place here on earth and your value. You are incredibly valuable. Don't ever forget how valuable you are. Life doesn't affirm that for us. You know, we don't wake up and go to work and the receptionist says, wow, you are such a valuable human being. Welcome to work today. We just don't get that. So you've got to do it for yourself. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, then do get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.